In this lesson, we will explore the element of art shape using geometric and organic shapes with a little added twist. All right, we're continuing our exploration of organic and geometric shapes with our third project here. We started by focusing on geometric shapes, those shapes that can be defined, like triangles, circles, rectangles, all of those that we know. Then we focused on organic shapes, those shapes that cannot be defined, kind of like those that we saw in the work by Henry Matisse. What we're going to do is we're going to mix these two together. Now we're going to combine organic and geometric shapes. So yes, here's my paper again. I still have enough paper left over to use it for my third version of this project. How awesome is that? You're also going to need, just like last time, a piece of white paper, a glue stick, scissors, and of course a glue mat. So this time we're going to combine geometric and organic shapes. There's a geometric shape, nice and simple. It's a triangle. Oh, now I'm going to cut another geometric shape. It's a circle. We recognize this as a geometric shape. It is defined. It is a circle, just like our first shape that we cut, which was a triangle. Remember, I am not gluing as soon as I cut. I'm kind of just putting them on my white piece of paper. Now I think that I'm going to change it up a bit and I'm going to make an organic shape. So I folded it in half. I'm cutting on that crease. And now I am opening it up and surprise, I tricked you. It's a geometric shape. It's just a heart. You can create hearts, which are a geometric shape, just by doing the folding technique to have symmetry. Now let's create an organic shape for real. So I'm folding it in half. I am cutting on that crease, and now I'm using my steering hand, that hand with the bluish green ring, my left hand, to steer my paper, and my scissors are staying still, and there we go. There is my awesome organic shape with symmetry. I am going to continue to cut out organic and geometric shapes just as I had did in our last two activity to create yet another very interesting work of art. Alright, I am done with cutting. Now I'm going to think about where I'm going to put my pieces. As you see, I am arranging them in some different ways. I'm flipping them, I'm turning them, I'm switching their spots to try to make it look balanced. I'm trying to create a balanced work of art while still trying to make it look super interesting. Take some time to think about where you want your pieces to go, just like we did in the first couple of attempts. Now I am ready to start gluing. Now remember, same exact thing, never gluing on the white piece of paper, picking up your piece, putting it on your art mat, putting glue on the back. Again, these are really challenging shapes to glue, so make sure you're getting them covered. Pick it up, put it on your white piece of paper, and give it a starfish hand push. Hold for about 5 seconds. You're going to repeat this process just like we had in the other projects until you have filled up the entire piece of paper. Please make sure to check for any flyaways. That means any of your pieces of paper that are sticking up. All right, we are done. Now it's time for the added twist on this final work of art. Make sure to cap your glue stick. Let's get ready to do this. All right, we finished all 3 of our pieces. Now it's time for the added twist. We started with geometric shapes, ones that can be defined. Then we moved on to organic shapes, ones that cannot be defined. Then we moved on to mixing the two together, organic and geometric shapes. Now let's add a twist. What we're going to do is we're going to work with the element of our line. You can use crayons for this. You could use colored pencils for this. You could use a pencil. I am going to use Sharpie for this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make a line that goes around my geometric and organic shapes, and it's going to close. Remember, a shape is created when a line closes. So my line closed into a heart. Now I'm going to do the same thing around my organic shapes. The shapes can sometimes collide into each other, so I can see that my black Sharpie line is colliding into my other black Sharpie line, the ones that are going around the heart. I'm creating kind of a ripple effect around all of my geometric and organic shapes. I'm working slowly and carefully on this step. Now, if you really liked the way your geometric and organic shape cut paper work of art looked as is, you're more than welcome to not do this step. Or maybe you want to make this project again and attempt this step. It's really, really fun. It's fun to add another element of art into this project. We worked with shape, now we're working with line. It also kind of looks like these lines are giving a sense of movement in our art piece. Our shapes almost look like they're rippling. It almost looks like if you throw a pebble into water and it ripples out, which gives them a pretty cool effect. So I'm going to continue doing this process of going around my organic and geometric shapes on all of my shapes, and I am going to end up filling my entire page. Take your time. As you can see, my lines do not go right on top of each other. You can see a separation in my line. So now when I'm drawing this one, you can actually see there's space between that first ripple line I did around my organic shape and now the line that I'm making now. I'm going all the way around. Sometimes it starts to almost make it look like that heart is on top of my yellow organic shape. So some shapes might end up looking like they're on top of one another when you add these lines in, creating something called depth. These are all interesting things to experiment with when you're doing this step of the activity. I told you it was an added twist. It's pretty fun to see what you can come up with, and it looks super duper cool when you are done. right, you are done. This looks awesome. I hope you had fun adding line to our geometric and organic shape work of art.